Hi there. Welcome to the architect session today. Let's give a try to sign up for the GitHub Copilot. This is the new thing where it says that your AI peer programmer is leveling up. So it's basically Copilot with you, which will help you in programming, writing code, function, everything. Well, so there are two keywords basically here I find that one is GitHub Copilot and another is GitHub Copilot X. So what GitHub says that the Copilot X is the vision for the future of AI powered software development. And additionally, it includes the chat, terminal interfaces, support for pull request, and early adoption of OpenAI's GPT-4. So that's the difference between GitHub Copilot and GitHub Copilot X. Now let's give a try to sign up for this GitHub Copilot. So if I go to this GitHub Copilot, which is basically github.com/features/copilot, I see here that get Copilot for business. Clicking over get Copilot for business. Okay, it is asking where do you want to enable your Copilot. So if you are a business entity, then you select according to your choice, whether it is GitHub Copilot at an enterprise level or GitHub Copilot in an organization. In my case, I'm just going back and selecting compare plans. Well, it says that Copilot for individuals, which is $10 per month and $100 per year. And if you are going for Copilot for business, then it is $19 per user per month. Okay, for me it is okay that to go for the Copilot for individual. So I'm just clicking on start a free trial. I'm already logged into my GitHub account with my credential. So let's see what happens. Okay, start your 30-day free trial. Well, it is $10 per month. Clicking on get access to GitHub Copilot. Confirm your payment. It is asking me to add the billing information over here. So I will be adding this billing information and will click on save, submit accordingly. Well, it has added the payment method. Now I'm clicking on submit. And what it says that select your preferences. Okay. It is basically asking that GitHub Copilot can allow or block suggestions matching public code, and you can change this at any time from your account setting. That's fine. Allow GitHub to use my code snippet for product improvement. I am not allowing that. Simply clicking on save and get started. Well, it seems that I have to choose whether to allow or block. I have selected allow, but I am not allowing this. Allow GitHub to use my code snippets for product improve. On save and get started. Well, now it seems that our sign up is done and GitHub Copilot is now ready to pair. Add it with your editor and start building. So install the GitHub Copilot extension with Visual Studio Code, because this is the editor I basically use. So let's go for that. So I'm clicking over Visual Studio Code, and it is giving the instruction that for Visual Studio Code, JetBrains, Veeam or Visual Studio, how can you configure it? So I'm clicking over this Visual Studio Code, and about the GitHub Copilot and Visual Studio Code, we have to basically add one extension for GitHub Copilot. Visual Studio Code, I have Visual Studio Code open here, and here in the extension on the left hand side panel, you click on extensions and you search for this GitHub extension, GitHub Copilot. So you will find this GitHub Copilot, and it will install. And when it will install, just after installation, on the bottom right part, you will find that Copilot. This icon basically, currently it is showing Copilot error. Click for details. And now in this instruction, it says that after installing the extension GitHub Copilot, it will prompt you basically to log into your GitHub. Now, if your Visual Studio Code is already linked with your GitHub account, then definitely it will not ask you again to authorize your connection. But if you do not get the prompt to authorize, click the bell icon in the bottom panel of the Visual Studio Code window. Well, so let's go and find the bell icon. Okay, I see the bell icon over here, and it's saying GitHub Copilot could not connect to server.extension. Give a try. Okay, so clicking over retry, saying activating extension. Yeah, and it was successful. The reason I say successful, you see that there is one deactivate copilot it is showing. So let me close this notification, and you see this is the icon for copilot. So once you see this icon, it means that you have the extension successfully installed and set up. So at this moment it is showing deactivate copilot. It means that it is activated already. So if I click over it, it will deactivate copilot, but I don't want to do this. So I have registered for GitHub Copilot for a free trial of 30 days. We'll do some stuffs to check how GitHub Copilot is actually helping the developer in our coming session. So it was a very quick session to give you an overview of how to set up GitHub Copilot, how to install the extension, set up and connect your Visual Studio Code with your GitHub account. In our next few sessions, we'll be using this GitHub Copilot to see that how this AI pair programmer is actually helping developers. Thank you for your time. See you in our next session.